What's up, everyone? Chris here. In this video, I'm gonna share with everybody how I was able to collaborate with specifically two companies on, getting free products, and that's me not having 500 subscribers yet. And so I'm gonna be very transparent with it. I'm not gonna be ever some fake YouTuber, none of that. I want to be me. That's always been something I've been trying to figure out since I started doing YouTube or any sort of content. But yeah, so I want to share, I guess, a lot of the secrets that I feel like not many people know, but at the same time, some people do know. And jumping in, well, I do want to share that August 26th is when I would say that I officially started, making videos in YouTube. That was back when, like a dummy, I got a 2023 4Runner, and that's when I thought, oh, okay, I can start making content. Okay, so from August, or I would say even in 2024 alone, I'm gonna get on my phone here to show you what those numbers are exactly. So 2024 alone, I have that many views. Once again, 2024 alone, and these are analytics that you can see on YouTube Studio. If you are somebody who is already posting YouTube videos, you can see what's going on behind the scenes with YouTube Studio. So if it doesn't look familiar, YouTube Studio, you can see all these things as soon as you start posting videos on YouTube. And so the number one reason as to, I guess, the way that I'm earning views, even though I'm currently sitting at around 432 subscribers, is I have to thank Think Media Podcast. During this time, I was working at FedEx, and I don't know, there was just something that just really clicked in me after I saw some video on the Think Media Podcast that just made me intrigued on what they were talking about. They caught my attention, and I just wanted to do or start something that is useful to people on YouTube. For YouTube, that's whether you're going to entertain, inform, or educate people, or all of the above. And so I know I seem like a very boring, chill person, but the things that I want to do, I know are going to be a lot more entertaining. So right now, it's just me kind of doing what I can to help many other people on YouTube. Whether it's like figuring out or learning life experiences that I went through, and then just anything involving cars, just answering questions, because for me, I've always been the person like asking questions, like whether it's to somebody else or in my head. I'm always wondering, I'm looking on YouTube, looking for these answers, and nobody has them. And so that's kind of what sparked a lot of what I'm doing right now at this moment, which is asking specific stupid questions, which is something a part of what the Think Media Podcast does bring up. If you haven't listened to the Think Media Podcast, I know some people might think, it's a podcast, it's stupid. I'm sharing, and I'm saying that because I'm somebody who didn't really believe in podcasts before, but if it's something that's extremely helpful in your life, then in this case, it's all about YouTube. They're providing university level information for free on their podcast. So whether it's YouTube, I preferably would like for you to try to listen to it on Spotify. But if you want to get a visual sense of what these people look like, it's cool to watch the videos on YouTube. And then that way, you jump onto the Think Media Podcast, and you can, for me, I'm always envisioning a lot of what they're doing or talking about. So it's kind of good. It helps you picture who you're listening to. But if you're just out for a walk or doing something that doesn't really require you to think, like for me, like I said, when I was in FedEx, I know I probably shouldn't have been listening to them with the earphones, but since driving is something that is second nature to me, I don't need to think at all. There was just so much that I was taking in that allowed me to use that and implement it into doing what I'm doing for my YouTube channel. So that's part of what, makes you wonder, like, how the heck is this dude who is under 500 subscribers even getting like that amount of views? And at the same time, you're thinking like, okay, all these videos, you're getting views, but nobody's really subscribing, which is fine for the moment, because right now I'm kind of learning to get comfortable with making video. Not only that, but when it comes to especially going to dealerships, that's something that can be a little nerve-wracking. And so a lot of the times what I would do, I chew a lot of gum, and so that kind of helps calm your nerves. So one gum that I chew is just Orbit. It's delicious, sugar-free, but it keeps your mind off of things. And so yeah, that's, I guess, a little bit of the intro of how I'm doing the videos that I'm doing right now, if that makes sense yet. So the idea of what I'm doing right now is, giving simple tours of videos, showing everybody like the best angles and everything as much as possible, while also informing people on like maybe answering many of the questions that they may have. So I'll do a long form, and then I'll do shorts, which is answering those specific questions that people may have. Because for those of you that don't know, as I've learned on the Think Media podcast, is Google owns YouTube. So if you could imagine, I know typically I say a good question that I like to answer for vehicles is, can somebody who is like me, can somebody who is tall or is 5'10" fit in the rear passenger seat of vehicles? So, somebody who is tall or short, how do they fit in the back? So if you can answer those questions, I'm only one person. I can't do every single brand. I know that there's many years in life, but for me, I can only do so many brands, because for me, I prefer Honda, Toyota. There's so many, like, many other dream cars that I would love to have from different brands. But from what I can provide, it's mainly going to be for the ones that I would love to own and have in my, collection of vehicles, whether it's right now or in the future. As far as the RAV4, that's a different story. But anyway, let me look on my notes here to make sure that I'm covering everything that I need to share with you. And then, of course, I need to get to, what type of products that they send me. So the two companies that reached out to me, the first one was in August. I think my fiance is listening. I'm supposed to be cleaning the cars, which I did. Yeah, anyway, should have done this earlier. Let's see. So yeah, you have to do these videos scared. I was never really ready for YouTube, so I just need to put that out there, that you're never really gonna be ready for YouTube at all. It's just not really a thing. Some people, they might seem like they're natural at doing it, but for me, I'd rather try, start making videos while doing it about something that you love. And that's something that, if you can niche down on sharing information or making videos on things that you enjoy, there's a good chance that you're going to connect with many other people who are trying to, get answers to questions they may have. And so that's also a really big part. So it's definitely going to be something about your hobbies or something that you do every day. And that's also another tricky part, which I need to share, is like, you can do content on, basically everything. And that's where I struggled at first, but you really have to narrow it down to like what it is you truly enjoy doing. For me, all around cars, trucks, like automotive enthusiast, basically. So anything involving something that's got wheels on it. I'll be having fun doing. But anyway. So yeah, let me get back on track with the companies that I collaborated with. So yeah, back in August of 2024, it was VICSEED, and it is a very seamless magnetic phone holder that I have in the car here, because since this 2016 RAV4 XLE does not have Apple CarPlay, I have to use my phone for navigation. So a part of what comes with it is this magnetic circle right here, and then that little holder, which I'll be showing you in the background. It's pretty awesome. I mean, it was something that I needed so bad, and for some reason, they're the ones that reached out to me. I never reached out to anybody. They wanted to collaborate because they saw the amount of views that I was getting, even though it was a small channel. And so, stuff like that's pretty exciting, because it's not so much like, oh, I'm getting like free product or anything, but it's just that entrepreneurial side of me that I would love to help other businesses, put their products out. It's just something natural to me. It's not like money wise or anything. I didn't even get paid for it, and I was like super excited to do it. But to get a free product, it's kind of cool. It's very awesome to do. And then I like it because it keeps me very productive. So this is part of the reason why I love making YouTube videos and being productive, because when I'm not making YouTube videos, I just I don't feel like I don't know. There's just so many people out there that need help, need answers, and I feel like by not contributing to that, or even to like good or entertaining content, whatever it is, I just feel kind of useless in this world. And so that's company number one, VICSEED. And then the second one, which was more recent in December, was from Auto One, and they are a lighting company. So they offered to send me LED lights for our 2021 Honda Civic Sport. And it had been since 2021 that I did install some new LED light bulbs, and those were good for the time being. But since it had been already like at least 4 years that we've had those on, luckily once again somebody else reached out and decided to send their product in for free. And it was kind of perfect timing, because we went to a road trip, like I said recently, or I don't think I mentioned it earlier, but we did take a road trip to College Station from El Paso. So that's about a 20-hour road trip, and the lights were amazing. So I'm gonna provide the links down if you're just curious to check it out. I'm not saying that it's gonna benefit me, here's the links. Nah, I'm not here to do that. Main purpose of me doing these videos on YouTube is to help people. As Think Media has also said, a lot of the success financially is the consequence of you helping people out. So like I said, whatever it is that I'm doing, I want to be able to put it out there to help people. And then why wouldn't you want to make YouTube videos? It's going to be a legacy that you're going to leave behind digitally. That is something that if you're going to have kids, they can look back on, and they get to see kind of who you are and what you liked. So that's a really big reason that stuck out to me, is leaving yourself behind through video. It's a perfect place. It's not just somewhere you just upload random videos, but it was something that can impact many other people's lives besides the ones that you're growing up with in your family and stuff. That's great. And so yeah, to kind of go back, okay, well, how did you get so many views? So the point is, you have to answer specific stupid questions, questions people are asking every single day, and using that to, I guess, answer in real life. And so that's going to come with something that is searchable, because once again, Google owns YouTube, and if you're titling your video with something that people are going to look up, like, people are not going to look up, oh my God, he crashed. Like, that's just something random in my head. But, something like that, nobody's really going to look up, and it's not really going to impact somebody's life. Although they might click on it. But besides that, that's my method of, getting views. And it's not just for views or anything, but these are things that are going to help people and maybe answer their questions. So it's called the ASSQ. So answer specific stupid questions. There's no stupid question, but if you're somebody who has the answer to these questions, there's a good chance, you're going to get views. You're going to be able to grow your channel little by little. And then secondly, of course, like I said, for sure, your videos need to revolve around something that you really love, whether it's your hobbies or, like, for me, yes, I love cars. And oh my gosh, recently when we went go-karting at Pinballs in Austin, man, I fell in love. I felt at home with racing. So like I said, whatever it is I'm doing now it's just the beginning, and I get to get a little more comfortable with talking on camera, hopefully in more public, because when it comes to public, it feels weird. You have that imposter syndrome, and I just don't want to be looked down upon as like, oh, look at that influencer or whatever. Like, I'm not trying to be that type of influencer. I'm just trying to be, or not trying to be, I'm just somebody who wants to be a real person, and who's just posting videos. I'm not trying to become famous or have a bunch of money. There's so much good that I want to do, but I'm only going to let the actions and everything speak for itself. I'm not going to share it so much yet. But so if you do have any questions, though, feel free to comment. Don't feel like, oh, somebody's going to judge you, because if there's anybody that does leave a negative comment, I just delete those. And so I just want to be able to help many other people. And so if you're watching this video, if you're not subscribed, once I hit 500 subscribers, I'm actually going to be sending one person a $50 e-gift card. I'm either going to do Visa or a gift card of their choosing, but I feel like Visa is a little bit easier just because it's a general one and they can use it for whatever they want. So it'll either be electronic, or if you want a physical, whoever that person or winner is, we'll get in touch and then we'll figure it out together. And so if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe if you want to enter in to win $50. That's coming out of my pocket. I'm not sponsored or anything. That's straight from me to somebody that hopefully can, that can be of good use to somebody else. There's just so many things that I want to do, as the channel grows and as I get more income. Right now, my goal, yes, I know people want money and stuff, but the goal for me is to eliminate all the bad debt from me and my fiance side. And I say bad debt because I mean as in like credit cards, loans. I want to eliminate that right now and start fresh. I know I want so many cars in the future, and we want a house, of course, all that stuff. But like I said, the bad debt right now, I want to get rid of it. I want to eliminate that. And by the way that we're going to do that, or I'm going to do that, is I'm going to do it all fairly. I really hope to not go viral, because it's just not something I don't think I'm ready for at all. That's something you have to think about. Like, if you were to go viral now, like, what are you going to do with it? And especially if you're not really ready. And so right now, this is kind of good that you get to have the time to develop over time, mentally, and be prepared for it. But my fiance is starting her Cricut business. And if you're not familiar, for example, it can do vinyl stickers for your car windows, so stuff like that. That's gonna be one way where if you want to enter in any future giveaways, depending what it is, of course I'll be more transparent later on as I do it, but you will need to buy a vinyl sticker in order to enter in the giveaways. But like I said, just depending what it is, because yeah, there's a lot that I want to do in this life that's gonna not only benefit us, of course, but benefit many of you people who are supporting this channel and allowing me to grow. So it's just, I can go really deep into talking, but I'm already at 20 minutes currently. But yeah, like I said, if you have any questions or comments about anything that I can do to help you, like maybe try to figure out like what it is that you need to do to start getting views on your YouTube channel, I'm gonna highly recommend you to listen to the Think Media podcast and start with watching. If you have Spotify, if you never liked Spotify, just jump on it. I never liked it. I started it, and Spotify is great. Like I said, I'm not getting sponsored for anything. I'm just speaking out of my own interest and experience. So with Spotify, look up the Think Media podcast and then start with their 2025 podcast that they're talking about. And then I know with all that recent information, it's gonna start sparking a lot of things like, oh my God, like why am I not posting videos on YouTube? And so yeah, just keep in mind too, there's something else that sticks in my head, is that the creator economy by 2027 is going to be, if not already, at $500 billion. So imagine even getting like 0.001% of that. I mean, it's crazy. But like I said, for me with money, I have many good reasons as to why I want it. Like I said, for me right now, I would just love to have bills paid, cars paid, everything, whatever, like without even having to think about it. But also doing it to help other people out, like I said, with these giveaways, or even just like when I go get a haircut, I would love to leave, but believe it or not, like $500 to like $1,000 or $100, whatever it is. And this is all natural. I'm not trying to be somebody or seem like good on camera, but it's because you never know what somebody else is going through. So for me, leaving really big high tips for somebody who's already working really hard out there is something that I want to do. But many unexpected good things is something that I want to give to other people in this lifetime of mine. But also another thing, mainly before I end the video, is you have to ask yourself, as you're making YouTube videos or before, is what do you want to be remembered for? And so, that's kind of why I'm not really somebody who's trying to make all these weird videos that you see online. And I don't want to be remembered like by somebody who's doing like, I don't know, weird stuff online just to get views and get paid. That's just not the way that I roll. It doesn't sit right with me in my mind. But if you see me making weird videos, could be because maybe my fiance wants to do some silly videos, but that's just for our own entertainment and fun. We like to do crazy things. But yeah, so lots of good things happening. Also, I'm getting married June of this year. So another reason why there's a lot of things that I'm doing behind the scenes to build up not only an audience, but hopefully, there's a way that I can pay those $14,000 that we need to pay. Well, I mean, not just myself, but contribute to that. But that's all for now. There's so much deep talking that I can get into. I hope this didn't bore you guys, but this is something that is extremely helpful that I know. I'm telling you, the Think Media podcast, once you listen to those 2025 podcasts, you can just jump straight to number one. Those 2025 ones are just to kind of get you really intrigued and spark the idea of like, oh my God, I need to start doing YouTube videos. No pressure. I mean, if you want to, you don't have to. But if it's just been at the back of your mind, I say go for it. And as they say, you just got to do it scared. Nobody's going to be ready. It's going to feel weird. It's going to feel awkward. It's going to suck. And yeah, you're just gonna have to grow and learn along the way, and that's part of the beauty, is you get to develop as a person. And so yeah, right now I'm at the back of my 4Runner. Damn, that's sad. I'm at the back of the RAV4. I don't have a 4Runner right now. I want one. I feel a little cramped. I mean, I can sit back here kind of comfortably. But anyway, I will see everybody in the next video. Whatever that is. Oh man, there's just so much that I want to do. This job that I have right now is just taking too much of my time. So it's really why I would love to go full-time on YouTube, because the amount of videos I can produce. Oh man, I got a lot of good ideas. But see you later. Boop.